Hi students, today we are going to discuss about fasciola hepatica, the common liver fluke. This very lecture is meant for BSc Zoology Honours Part 1 and brought to you by me, Mugdha. Fasciola hepatica is digenetic endoparasite which causes liver cirrhosis or which causes that of the liver rot disease in case of sheep or higher vertebrates and some other cattle as well. So Fasciola hepatica is digenetic endoparasite, and parasite is basically someone which resides and survives based on the body of host, either within the body of host or outside the body of host. Since it is an endoparasite, obviously it will be residing within the body of sheep, which is its primary host. We are talking about Fasciola hepatica, two types of questions can be asked. First question can be write about the life cycle of Fasciola hepatica, also add note on the pathogenicity of this very animal. Second question can be write about the life cycle of Fasciola hepatica, also elaborate upon the various kinds of the parasitic adaptation seen in this very parasite. We have to discuss with all these questions in this very lecture only. First of all, let me to elaborate upon the classification of this very parasite Fasciola hepatica. Fasciola hepatica belongs to phylum Platyhelminths. What is the characteristic feature of Platyhelminths? The Platyhelminths is the first triploblastic metazoan, and it has dorso-ventrally flattened body, so it is commonly called as flatworms. It can be free living as in case of Turbellaria, or it can be parasitic as in case of classes Trematoda and Cystoda. Platyhelminths have other characteristics. These are acoelomate, that is, they don't have a coelom. Coelom is absent. Although these are triploblastic, that is, three germ layers, ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm is present, but the body cavity which is present between the body wall and alimentary canal is absent. Rather, the space between body cavity, that is the space between body wall and alimentary canal, is filled by that of the mesodermal mesenchymal cells or the parenchymal cells. So it is called acoelomate metazoan. Secondly, it has organ system grade of body organization, and in case of free living forms, several kinds of organ systems are seen, includes that of the digestive system, the excretory system, and the nervous system are quite elaborate. Other system, right, reproductive system is also elaborate, not only in free living form but also in case of parasitic forms. So, Fasciola hepatica belongs to phylum Platyhelminth, class Trematoda, order Digenea, family Fascioloideae, genus Fasciola, and species Hepatica. This very parasitic metazoan causes liver rot disease in case of sheep, that is the vertebrates, and it is digenetic, that is it has two hosts. The primary host is obviously the sheep, and the intermediate host is that of the Planorbis or Limnia or snail belonging to phylum Mollusca, and it is an invertebrate. Let us now focus on the life cycle of Fasciola hepatica. Here, you should keep in mind that the life cycle of Fasciola hepatica is highly complex and comprises of several larval stages, and it completes in two hosts, that is the primary host where sexual reproduction occurs between the adult fluke and it is called sheep, and the intermediate host where various larval stages are seen, and it is called snail or Limnia, Planorbis, etc. Now let us start with that of the sheep itself. In case of sheep, once the sheep eats the grasses, and you can see the adult liver fluke is present. It blocks the bile duct. Also, it is also can be seen in that of the liver itself. So it causes inflammation, swelling in case of liver, and it also damages the liver, causing liver rot disease. Fever and hemorrhage are also seen, and finally it may lead to death of the animal as well. The adult fluke resides in the bile duct or the liver itself and reproduces sexually, and several enormous number of eggs are produced per day. These eggs are stored in case of eggshell, and this eggshell are being released through the fecal matter of sheep. This egg cell is capsulated egg cell and has a developing embryo, and the capsule is basically proteinaceous, which is meant to resist the harsh environment of both external as well as the internal body environment of sheep. Finally, from the egg cell embryo, the first larva comes out, that is Miracidium larva. This Miracidium larva, as you can see here, is an elongated structure with apical papilla and ciliated body. Here you can also see the eye spots, which is photoreceptor. The ciliated body is meant for locomotion of the Miracidium larva. The Miracidium larva penetrates into the body of snail through apical papilla, and finally it develops into the sporocyst larva. The Miracidium larva develops into the sporocyst larva in the digestive system of snail body. The sporocyst larva has several germ cells and germ balls. This sporocyst larva, from the germ cells and germ balls of the sporocyst larva, the radia larva develops, and this radia larva ruptures the body wall of sporocyst and comes out in the digestive system of that of the snail. This radia larva again has several germ cells and germ balls, from which Cercaria larva develops, and which again comes out from the body of that of the radia larva. This Cercaria larva finally comes out from the body of snail itself. Here you can see the Cercaria larva, it has tail which is meant for locomotion. Finally, the Cercaria larva loses its tail and gets encysted. That is the highly resistant structure develops around the body of Cercaria larva, and finally it is called Metacercaria larva. This Metacercaria larva settles in the grasses in large numbers and just wait and watch. They have to wait for their primary host, which is sheep, and sheep is called primary host because here the adult liver fluke resides and reproduces sexually. Here you can also draw this very diagram. This is highly elaborate in the sense that it is well labeled, but if you can't do this very diagram, you must do that simple diagram, because without diagram the explaining the life cycle doesn't make any sense. Finally, once the adult fluke enters into the sheep body, if we talk about the pathogenicity, it causes liver rot disease, causing swelling and inflammation in the liver, damaging the liver functions and the functions of that of the bile duct, also leading to complete destruction of whole metabolic activity within the body of sheep, and it may lead to fever, high fever, as well as that of the death of the animal. Like any other parasite, this very parasite has underwent several kind of modifications or the parasitic adaptations. These parasitic adaptations include all those external and internal modifications within the body of parasite, which is meant to ensure its maximum survival not only within the body of host, that is either primary host or the intermediate host, but also outside the body of host in the external environment, because obviously there are numerous kind of different challenges within the body of sheep, within the body of snail, as well as outside the body itself in the external environment, in the humid, damp and muddy areas. So once we start talking about the parasitic adaptation, we have to start from that of the external modifications and then go into that of the internal modifications. The external modifications include outer thick tegument permeable to water but resistant to enzymes. The locomotory structures are absent in adult, but however, as I have already told you, Miracidium larvae have cilia for locomotion and Cercaria larvae have tail for locomotion. So all those the two larvae, Miracidium as well as Cercaria larva, have to be free swimming, as they have to just go into some or the other host, or they have to just transform into some structure or some larva which has finally to go into another host. Like in case of Miracidium larva, it has to infect and enter into the body of snail. In case of Cercaria larva, it finally emerges out from the body of snail and it has to just wait and watch in form of Metacercaria larva. And for waiting and watching, it has to just reside on the several kind of the grasses, and to do that it has to locomote, it has to show some or the other kind of movement, and this is made possible through the presence of tail. Now the locomotory structures are absent. The oral sucker, acetabulum or spines are present in the body wall of the adult larva, adult worm, which is meant to serve as an organ of attachment to the host body. The pharynx is suctorial, which is meant to suck the bile as well as that of the tissue, fluid, and other things. And these have branch intestine to just finally circulate whole of the digested food or the food which has been ingested from that of the host body to various parts of the body of the pathogen of the parasite, that is that of the fasciola. The adult body lacks any kind of the circulatory system, respiratory system, and uh, and also the sensory system. Now the respiratory system is absent because it respire through anaerobic process, and because of the very deficient amount of oxygen present in that of the liver area. Excretory system in presence in form of flame cells are obviously present. But one of the highly elaborate and complex system which is characteristics of not only Fasciola hepatica but almost all metazoan parasite is that of the reproductive system. This reproductive system is meant to ensure production of numerous amount of eggs, which is obviously to mean to ensure that the maximum survival can be possible for the emerging larvae. One of the unique characteristics of that of the reproduction in case of Fasciola hepatica is the tendency or the phenomenon of heterogamy or pedogenesis or polyembryony. Here, as I have already told you, that of the sporocyst, from sporocyst larva, the radial larva doesn't comes out because of metamorphosis. It comes out from the germ cells and germ balls which are already present in the sporocyst. So radial larva develops from the germ cells and germ balls present in the sporocyst itself. Finally, from radial larva, in the radial larva also germ cells and germ balls are present, and from those germ cells and germ balls, through the process of pedogenesis or also called heterogamy, finally the Cercaria larva comes out. So this very phenomenon where new larva comes out from the germ cells and germ balls of the previous larvae is called as heterogamy or pedogenesis or polyembryony, which is seen in case of Fasciola hepatica. This is again meant to make the life cycle complex. This is meant to ensure greater survival, as it is in accordance to that of Darwin theory of natural selection, survival of the fittest, struggle for existence. There is so many threat to this very parasite at every stage. So more is the complex is the life cycle, more is the its ability to trick the host body as well as to trick the external environment and to resist any kind of the threats posed by or imposed by that of the external or internal environment in the host body. Once it has entered into the body of ship, the Metacercaria larva finally the cyst of the Metacercaria larva is lost due to the digestive enzymes in the digestive tract of the sheep, and then the Metacercaria larva develops into adult, which settles in the bile duct as well as in the liver of the sheep, finally damages the liver, blocks the bile duct, and impairs the whole metabolic activity within the body of sheep, and this disease is called liver rot disease. However, there is also some treatment available for this disease. One of them is that of hexachloroethane. But we should try to protect our sheep from that kind of the medication or that kind of the parasitic infection itself at the first place. Now there are several questions that can be asked in form of MCQs. The first question here you can see is Fasciola hepatica is an endoparasite that lives in the options are given here: A. Liver of sheep, B. Body or blood of sheep, C. Spleen of sheep, and D. Intestine of sheep. You already know the answer. The answer is A. Liver of sheep. Next question here you can see is Miracidium larva occurs in the life history of A. Roundworm, B. Liver fluke, C. Earthworm, D. Tapeworm. You already know the answer. The answer is B. Liver fluke. Flatworms are options are A. Coelomate, B. Pseudocoelomate, C. Hemocoelomate, or D. Coelomates. You already know the answer. I have already told you in this very lecture itself. The answer is A. Coelomate. Now we are also asked about the sequence of various larval stages seen in the life cycle of Fasciola hepatica. So in this very question, the same question is being asked, and we know the answer. The answer is Miracidium, Sporocyst, Radia, Cercaria and Metacercaria. So with this, I would like to conclude this very lecture. Thank you so much and all the very best.